Hello everyone and welcome to Shard TCG. My name is James
And my name is Richard.
and today we're looking at the top 10 staple cards aimed at beginners.
Yes, so these cards are very versatile. You can throw them in any deck, and they're going to be great for when you're building your first few decks.
Yeah, it's really when you get into the top 3 where they're the real staple cards, but the ones that are leading up to the top 3 are really strong contenders. So let's get started. Okay, so at number 10 we have the Crake.
The Crake's ideal because it's only one shard, so it's very simple to get out, and it has a really useful effect, Manarian Enhancement. So you could get it out for one shard, then if you wanted to, blast all 5 mana on it for whopping 8 damage, which can just clear out all sorts of obstacles. It's just very easy to use and very destructive. And then next at number 9 we have the Geckon.
Yeah, so the Geckon is a great card to put in any beginner deck. When you haven't quite found your form, you don't know what creature type you're going to go down or what element type you're going to go down. You can get this strong card. It's got a 4 attack and a 4 health, whereas we know the average is half of that really. It's a 2 attack and 2 health is probably the most common. Yeah, but for a one shot with a 4 attack and 4 health, it's quite a desirable card. The negative that comes with the Geckon is its effect, Slumbering Arrival. When this creature is summoned, sleep this creature. So the creature is summoned to the field in a sleeping position, so it's not going to be any use until your next turn. So with this drawback, it's a well balanced card, but very good for any deck. Alright, and at number 8 we have Ultimate Tribute.
So this card's a ritual spell, which means it does take a bit of time to get going, but its offering condition is just destroying a creature, which is quite easy to do. It's simple, happens a lot. And then its effect lets you free summon any creature back from your graveyard with no negative effects. There are some other spells like Ferryman's Coin that attach to the creature and make it undead, which can break synergy with other cards. For this one, you get your creature back, and it's good to go, and it just makes it really useful for all types of decks.
And before we continue with the top 10 video, I'd just like to ask everybody to leave a like. And if you haven't already, please subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Great, thank you very much. And let's get on with the video.
And then at number 7, we have the Kog Mooska.
Right, the Kog Mooska, really simple. I think we've covered this on another video. We've got ourselves a one shard little Spellbreaker. The Spellbreaker title's really useful. Definitely should always have at least one Spellbreaker in your deck, just for destroying your opponent's spells. But the great thing about the Kog Mooska is its Demise of Knowledge effect. When this creature is destroyed, you get to draw 2 cards. This saves you 2 mana on your next turn, if you were planning on drawing 2 cards. And it can help you speed up a game, especially considering if you are new to the game, decks do tend to be a bit slower until you find your format. And the Kog Mooska can be a little helper to speed things up. Okay, and we're moving on to number 6, and we have Esoteric Barrage.
Esoteric Barrage is useful because it can destroy ritual spells. Ritual spells are quite powerful, but they take a bit of time to set up, and they're most likely going to be in your opponent's decks and your own deck as well, so you should always be prepared to take out a ritual spell. Another bonus with Esoteric Barrage is it can take out binding spells, which are more niche, and it'll also pop a wound on whichever creature it's bound to, which is nice. Number 5, the Reaper.
So in Shard TCG, the main goal is to gain shards to then summon creatures. What does the Reaper do? It uses its Soul Collector effect. When this creature destroys another creature, you gain the shards equal to the destroyed creature's shard cost. Now this really helps speed up some beginner decks, because the more shards that you have, the more creatures you can summon, which means the more likely you are to win the game. And number 4, we are on to the Alcanac.
So similar to the Reaper, the Alcanac is useful for helping out with mana rather than shards. So it's got a great effect, Mana Battery, which means you can rest this creature and you can gain 3 mana. One useful thing about this is you can spend your 1 shard to summon it, so it's cheap to get out, and then your 3 mana, then you can immediately rest it and get that 3 mana back. Essentially, you've summoned a resting creature and you've got mana to spare. Number 3, Raidra.
So in this video we're focusing on the Raidra, but what we really want to shine a light on is all 21 elementals. All of the elementals are good basic creatures to get out that cost 0 shards, only mana. The only reason that we're focusing on the Raidra today is because we feel that it fits into the most decks, and that is because it is a nice 4 attack with Pierce, which is good for taking out pretty much any 1-shard creature. Okay, and at number 2 we have Winding Winds.
So this card is excellent because it's very diverse in what you can do with it. You can damage your opponent's creatures, you can change their positions on the field, which can interrupt their strategies or help improve yours, and it can even interrupt your opponent's spells. Number 1, Mana Harvest.
Now Mana Harvest is the most basic of all the Harvest cards. Trade 2 mana to get 1 shard. And as we've explained earlier in the video, you need the shards to get the creatures, and you need the creatures to win the game. But as the game is set up right now, the Harvest cards are a great addition to anybody's deck. We have other Harvest cards like Life Harvest, where you trade some of your life and a little bit of mana to gain a shard. We have Grave Harvest, where you banish a creature in your graveyard with a little bit of mana to gain a shard. And we have Mind Harvest, where you banish the top card of your deck and a little bit of mana, and that's right, you've guessed it, to gain a shard. So as I've said before, gaining shards is essential, so having 1 or 2 of these Harvest cards in your deck will always go a long way to help you win some games. I'd like to thank you very much for watching the video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and check out the Discord channel as we have a great community there.
Thanks for watching, everyone, and until next time, goodbye.